Life's a beach. All right, so now we've got a street course coming up for our touring car challenge this week in iRacing Long Beach. I was able to get a 128 374 for you. I think 127s are doable. The hairpin seems to be like the hardest part for me to get consistent. It takes a few laps to get warmed up. My first lap or two is like a 129 130. Then I can start hitting the 128s after that, once the car gets warmed up a little bit. I'm not going to be around the 128 threes during the races, but yeah, I was able to get one after quite a bit of practice, and we'll show you the lap and then we'll explain how we did it. Here you go.
Your lap time was 128.64. Sector 2 time is good. That lap was a 128.37. Sector 3 time is quick.
All right, 128 374 at Long Beach. How did we get it? Let's go. The hairpin, I think, is the key here, but well, yeah, coming out of the straight onto the straight, if you have a good run out of the hairpin, it's going to help you. It's not the end of the world if you don't. It's a couple hundredths, give or take, if you get a bad run or a good run. Difference into turn one. Our first braking point is kind of like a little bit ahead of where this curve straightens out, around the 400 mark, but I'm more looking at the red line there for my marker. So yeah, let's say a bunch more. Yeah, 100%. This car does have ABS. It works better than a lot of cars in iRacing. So yeah, we're just maxing out the brakes and starting to trail off pretty immediately to 80%. Taking this corner, we do clip it a little bit. I think you'd be a little bit quicker if you stayed off of this, but we hit it and it worked out for us. So I'm just gonna leave you with that. Interpret it as you see fit. Maxing out the throttle pretty quick afterwards, getting up to fourth, and our braking, there's like no real clear braking point here, but we're trying to straighten this out quite a bit. Looks like we end up braking there pretty hard. We got to get slowed down so we can take this. I dropped down to second here. The low gears, anything below third is kind of weird in the Audi. If you can figure out how to do it in third, it's probably better because we don't spend much time in a second. I'm just using it to get the car turned a little bit better, along with hitting this curb a bit. You can, if you hit this curb too much, you will get a slowdown. It's about a second slowdown. Don't do that. Just be wary of that. So yeah, we're just gonna stay in second for a split little bit here, And then we're gonna kind of short shift out of it. Right at the corner there. Now, for the next braking point, I kind of just use a little bit when I hit the rev limiter, a little bit into this little piece of tarp here, whatever is on the other side of that, I do not know. And just brake a little bit to get turned in there. Back on the throttle pretty quick. We're gonna pop it up to 4th, and around these signs, a little bit before them, we're pretty heavy on the brakes again. Yeah, right about up to 60%. Here, we can take this curb quite a bit, and we're just hitting the brakes there just to get turned in. We're dropping back down to 3rd, and but like over here is a massive slowdown, so don't get that. It's like 1.4 seconds, and you'll have to, like, it's hard to clear. Yeah, we're just gonna power out and then straighten out the car, shifting back up to 4th. We're gonna aim right in here. We're gonna start slowing down a little bit before that green sign there around the 200 mark. So yeah, right here we're hitting 70%. Pretty heavy on the brakes. But yeah, so that's there. And then I'm gonna start turning in. We want to get close to this sign here. I think I usually end up with some tires on the red, but I don't take it quite as bravely as you could. Just trail through there, and ooh, I guess that was pretty close. Yeah, you want to get close to that. I'm probably apexing just a little bit earlier than you ought to, but it works for me. That's one of the problems I have with my driving that I need to work on. But yeah, we're just gonna trail on out and back on the power. We don't necessarily need to get all the way over to the wall here, because we're gonna be heading over here into the next corner, so we're just gonna kind of go through the middle. And then we're braking a little bit before the 200 and hitting again. We're pretty heavy in our braking zones, dropping down to 3rd. You can cut this, don't just ignore this red line here. You want to get close in on that curb there, or barrier. Start powering out. You can accidentally hit that. It will be the end of your day. If you do, just be kind to everybody else and tow as soon as you can. If you get turned sideways here, it's going to cause a massive pile up and a bad day for everybody behind you. But yeah, we're back on the throttle, going full power down the straightaway here, and let's get back into the cockpit.
The track temperature is falling. It's now 30.
We're shooting for
Celsius.
a little after the 400 in between the two for our next braking point. Pretty heavy. We're going to get down to 3rd, or try to. Now we're going to turn in. I think you can turn in a little bit late. I know you can turn in a little bit later than I can. You cut. We're going to cut here. There is a slowdown somewhere in here. I hit it once. It's pretty hard to hit. I think you have to hit pretty early, but you can come out of here pretty aggressively on the corner. And that's what we do. Just kind of show you where the car is. Trail out. We're going to start accelerating. And this bit is pretty, we're starting to set up our run into the hairpin here. So we're gonna go up 4th, just kind of trail back down to the 3rd. Probably can keep it in 3rd, but I don't know, I don't. And this time, like I've tried different ways to the hairpin here. This is the most complex or difficult for me cornering. I can lose half a second to a second on this corner here. This time worked pretty well, and it's probably the best way that I've done it. Just kind of easing off, and then I got my outside wheels situated on the left hand side of this chunky curb here, smoothing it out just a little bit. All right, so let's go back to the cockpit, and we'll kind of go through this really slow because it all happens so fast. If there's any corner you're gonna need a lot of work on, if you're anything like me, it's gonna be this one. So let's There, we're just letting off the throttle, aiming for being right here. We're gonna try and keep our mind on where this barrier is. We're getting down to first, ideally, and then we're gonna start speeding up, trying to get the car turned, and then as soon as we can straighten out the car, we're gonna floor it, and we're shifting up the whole process. Having where that gear shifter is, like, because when you're super tight in like that, you end up hitting the rev limiter, and I don't have the reach to like start upshifting as soon as I would like. If you got a way around that, that's yeah, as soon as you're hitting that limiter, start shifting, but you've also got to be unwinding the wheel at the same time, and it's pretty heavy in there. Let's go through that again in the chase camera, just a little bit there. So yeah, so we're just trying to get over as far as we can here, and then we're turning and downshifting into first, and the car settled out, and it's all happening very quickly. And then we're just breaking through, trying to get our speed back up as we clear this barrier here, and just trying to accelerate out using as much track as we can without hitting that barrier, which is very, very difficult, in my opinion. You might have an easier time with it, but that's where I struggle with, and that's where I lose the most time when I have a bad lap. So, and from here on out, you just floor it. Get your shifts done as quick as you can, and yeah, there you have it. So yeah, there you go. I'm pretty happy with that time. Like I said, I'm pretty sure people are gonna be doing 127s. Like the really fast people. I'm not a big fan of the street courses. I don't like having to get that close to all the barriers all the time. I've come to terms with Long Beach. I really didn't like it when it came to iRacing, but over the course of the last year or so, I've gotten a little bit better at it. So yeah, anyway, if you like the videos that we're putting out here, hit the subscribe button. I do appreciate it, and it really helps out. Otherwise, also thumbs up if you like the video, thumbs down if you didn't, and head on over to twitch.tv/thepiltdownman if you want to watch us try these things in actual races live. Anyway, have a great one. Bye.